4, 3, 2, 1.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Miami Beach Senior Affairs Committee meeting. Today is May 22nd, 2023. I am your chair, along with my co-chair. My name is Debbie Quaid, and my co-chair, Oscar Lorente, and we have a fabulous committee of members that are here to discuss some very important issues today. We like to start out by telling our mission statement of the Senior Affairs Committee. And the mission statement is to be advocates for the betterment of our seniors by promoting physical, emotional, and social well-being of adults age 55 and older in our very diverse, living in our very diverse community of Miami Beach. So we welcome you all today. And I would like to start by doing a roll call. From Blackstone Apartments, we still have a vacancy available. If anybody has someone interested, we'd love to have representation from there. Council Towers South, Natasha Fernandez, and hopefully she'll be joining us shortly.
She's online.
Oh, she is online. Okay, great. And Council Towers North, we also have a vacancy there. So if you have someone interested in representing that building and speaking for our residents there, please get in touch with Lewis and Commissioner Richardson's office. Federation Towers, Magui, good morning.
Here, hi.
Four Freedoms House, Enilda Thomas. She won't be joining us this morning. She has an excused absence to take care of some issues with the building, which is fantastic. Rebecca Towers, Anna, we see you there. Good morning. Stella Maris, Gabby.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Gabby.
Hi, everybody.
Unidad of Miami Beach, Larissa. Larissa Cahill.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning. Carolina Cudro said large. Is Carolina on this morning? And Hispanic
Yes,
Affairs Committee.
Hey, I'm here. Hi, how are you? With Carmen.
Hi. Okay. Good to see you both. And I see
Yeah.
Carmen's there with you from our Hispanic Affairs Committee. Thank you so much. We have from the Jewish Community Centers of South Florida, Jessica Perez-Wallach.
Hi, good morning. Jessica Perez, Jewish Community Services. Nice to see everyone.
And Mount Sinai Medical Center, Oscar Lorente, my co-chair, is here. Good morning, Oscar. I think you're on mute.
Hi, good morning. I apologize. I'm actually in California today, so it's a little early for me.
It's a little early. Okay. Thank you for taking the time to join us.
No, my pleasure.
Today, we're going to have a presentation from Linda Morris, Chief of Service Planning and Scheduling, and Eric Zahn, Service Planning Manager, the Miami-Dade County Department of Transportation and Public Works. We're going to talk about the Better Bus Project. But before we get to that, we have some minutes to approve from our meetings of February 2023, March 2023, and April 2023. The minutes have been sent out to all committee members. We've had a chance to review them, and I will need a motion separately for each of the minutes. So can I have a motion to approve the minutes from February 2023?
Yes, I do.
Magui, do we have a second?
I'll
Yeah.
second.
Oscar, second.
Mm-hmm.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous approval. Minutes are passed for February 2023. I need a motion to pass the minutes for March 2023.
Motion for March, Jessica.
Second.
I'll second.
All
Oscar?
those in favor? Second by Oscar. Approve? Aye, yes.
Oh.
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? March 2023, unanimous approval, minutes passed. April 2023, I need a motion to approve the minutes, please.
I do.
Magui makes a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
Yes.
Carolina, I see your hand back there. Okay. All in favor? Aye.
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 Any
As
opposed?
amended. Chair, as amended, Jessica sent in some edits. And so I updated them in the record, okay?
So it is approval of the April 2023 minutes as amended.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have a second, Louis?
I'll second.
I think I registered Carolina or Oscar.
Okay,
Carolina was the first one. Yes, she's right. You're right.
okay. All in favor, aye, as amended?
As amended.
Opposed?
Yes.
10-0.
Okay, unanimous approval, April 2023 minutes. So we are ready to move on. I'd like to thank the Eric, Linda, do I see you on here? I'd
Linda
like-
can make it today, so you have me.
Okay, Eric, I want to thank you for giving your time to us. I know this is a very sensitive topic for our seniors, so please take a moment and give us an idea of what's going on. Thank you.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. Good morning. Happy Monday. I have a brief presentation. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and share with everyone here. Let's see. Okay, so everyone should be able to see. All right, good morning, everyone. Yeah, as Debbie mentioned, my name is Eric Zahn. I'm the manager of service planning and scheduling for Department of Transportation and Public Works. I have a brief presentation today, and we can go through some questions that anyone may have when I'm finished, or feel free to interrupt me, as I go through the slides. All right. So the Better Bus Network, what is it exactly? It's a community-led full network redesign of the transit system, all the bus network in Miami-Dade County. Why do we do this? Basically because there haven't been any major changes since the start of the Metro Rail back in 1986. What is it? It's a reimagined bus network. We're increasing access to the frequent bus routes, improve off-peak service, so you have a frequent bus coming by throughout the entire day as opposed to just during the peaks. We're also improving some the journeys for folks that use the bus network to help speed up their commute on a daily basis, getting from point A to point B. And so back in October of 2021, the BCC actually unanimously approved the enhanced plan, which amounted to a 9% increase in service hours over the existing pre-COVID service, which would equate it to about $27 million of an enhancement plan. So what is the Better Bus Network? It's an all-day high-frequency service and focusing really on the dense areas of the county, with minority low-income areas being a priority. High frequency is going to be provided between the mainland and the beach on all the causeways. The routes, we've consolidated a lot of routes to reduce duplication and help simplify the service. Whereas today, you have certain routes that essentially go to the same destinations. One may be a limited, one may be a local stop. So we're trying to really consolidate things to really help simplify the service. We're also doing a bus stop consolidation plan to help speed up the service as well, so the bus isn't stopping on every other block. And we're also looking at, the network is running frequent service that runs later into the evening, and it also provides more accessibility to key locations throughout the county.
Eric, excuse me, but what does high frequency mean?
Okay, yeah, I'll help explain that a little bit better with these comparison maps. So high frequency, what we define high frequency as a bus that comes every 15 minutes. So you have 4 buses per hour. So that's what we consider to be a high frequent network. And you can see here between the existing network and the Better Bus Network, these are 2 maps, and they're frequency based with the different colors that you see. So you can see at the bottom there, we have 60 to 40 minute service, which is essentially, 1 bus per hour. Those are all the green lines you see on the map. 30-minute service is identified with blue on the map. A little bit better, 20-minute services. We have a few orange lines on the map. You can see the high frequency network really starts filling in on the right with all the red colors. And that's the 15-minute service. And then also out on the beach area and along Flagler, you can see we have pink and purple lines as well. So that equates, anywhere from 5 buses to up to 8 buses per hour. So that's really good up to 7.5 minute service. And that's an all day service as well, not just during the peaks. So on the left here, you can see that, we do have a lot of green service out there today, a lot of squiggly lines on the map that, that go out here and make a lot of turns. That has been cleaned up a lot and consolidated on the main corridors. So you can see a lot more of this area out in the west filling in with less of the green and more of the blue service. And then, like I mentioned, on the east side of the county, and especially out on the beach, you can see, the greens are going away and filling in with the red and the purple, very frequent style service. And then also you can see the causeways here is, up on Bow Harbor that comes down to North Beach. The Route G is actually going to be improved to a 15-minute service and actually extended down to, I think it's like 85th Street in North Miami Beach or Miami North Beach. And the rest of the causeways are going to get that high frequency service as well. So this is just a real high level overview of what our current service looks like today and what the future service is going to look like with the Better Bus.
And Eric, just out of curiosity, with reducing the routes, but with the frequency, how does that impact traffic?
So the reducing of the routes and a lot of the green, service that the squiggly lines that go everywhere, it's really consolidating the focus on the main corridors. So it will really involve getting folks that they'll have to walk a little bit further in these areas, but they will have a lot better service on a main corridor. So that should help, attract more riders and get folks out of their car, especially with that frequent service running throughout the entire day and not just during the peak hours.
Good. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So just another map just really shows the changes that are occurring with the Better Bus. You can see today we have very minimal, amount of corridors that have 15-minute or better service within a quarter-mile buffer. So you can see 79th Street up here. I think this is 7th Avenue here. This is the 12 and the 21, and then down on the busway. And with the Better Bus network, you can see how we really fill in those corridors in the key areas and where all the density and the low-income populations essentially live with all-day frequent networks. So this will provide a lot more opportunity for folks that don't typically work like a 9 to 5, shift workers that work different hours throughout the day, also helping folks get to appointments throughout the day as well with a high-frequency network. So who has access to the high-frequent service? So today, only 10% of county residents have access to high-frequent service within a 5-mile walk. With the new network, this is going to be increased up to 23% of county residents. And then also the households with no car. So today they have access 29%. And then with the new network will be 48% within a 5-minute walk. And so this, backing up, I guess, this project has been going on for quite some time. It started back in 2018. Since then, a lot of things have happened. We went through the entire process and outreach of developing the plan since 2018. Obviously, COVID hit, so that delayed it even more. And then once we started, coming out of COVID, we actually had an approved plan that I mentioned, which was an enhanced plan of a 9% increase in overall revenue service. And due to the pandemic and not having the ability to hire operators, that has really, thrown us another curveball. So you can see here the graph on the bottom shows that our net operators since September of last year, through March of this year has really just we're struggling to stay above water right now between the hires and the separations. Our attrition rate, we're losing about 14 operators a month. We're trying to backfill those positions. So as I mentioned, the BCC approved back in 2021. And since then, the new plan required an additional 90 operators on top of what our pre-COVID service schedule was. And so we've really gone through and try to ramp up our efforts to retain operators and, offer sign-on bonuses to recruit new operators, getting into the details, creating larger pieces of work so the operators get paid, some more overtime. So it, entices them to stay with us longer. And And currently today we have 5 express routes that are suspended due to these ongoing operator shortages. So,
Eric, I have a question.
mhm.
Why is the attrition rate 14 operators a month? That sounds a little high. And I don't notice any outreach for advertising for people to work. So where are you putting it out there? That it is an opportunity, but the attrition rate, why? And are they compensated well? What's going on?
Yeah, so it's really an industry thing that the entire transit industry is dealing with nationwide. Just the fact that, you know, it's a tough job, and with the pandemic, a lot of folks, you know, they were exposed, and for whatever reason, they decided that wasn't, you know, the job for them. So it really created a retention issue, and then also there was the hiring was put on pause during the pandemic as well. So we are really our HR folks are reaching out to the different schools and colleges and going to job fairs and offering a $5,000 sign-on bonus for new recruits to drive the bus. And we are, you know, trying to get the word out there. If you've noticed the front of the buses, we do have the $5,000 bonus advertised and telling folks to go to miami-dade.gov to apply for these positions.
And where does somebody get training for bus driving?
We provide the training, and so they come through and they go through, I want to say it's like 4 to 6 weeks worth of training, and then they have to apply for their CDL if they do not have one. So
okay.
Eric, this is Jessica. Just to go back to this issue, this sounds like a really great opportunity. How do you feel about, you know, seniors, since this is the Senior Affairs Committee? How do we, you know, recruiting to seniors for these opportunity?
Yeah, if there's an opportunity, I'm sure I can pass along the information if we have some opportunities, or if you have any suggestions on how we can get out there in the community and promote the jobs.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So just getting into a couple of the key Miami Beach specifics. So we have heard, you know, some of the concerns over the years of, you know, the changes being made. And so we just wanted to point out that the Route 150, which has been a point of contention for, you know, ever since the first plan came out to eliminate, we are going to remain operating this service from the airport to South Beach. And it will be a 30-minute all-day service, so 7 days a week. And then also the locations, including Rebecca Towers and Stella Maris, they're also going to be, they're going to have improved frequency, actually. So Rebecca Towers is going to have this new Route 14, which I'll get into in the next slide, that's going to be running every 30 minutes. And then also at the Stella Maris, they will have the very frequent 7.5-minute service on the new Route 100, which is essentially the Route 120 today. And also the Route G, or it's being renumbered to the Route 125, is going to be extended down to 85th Street. So that'll provide a 15-minute service as well. So you'll have a 7.5-minute and a 15-minute service right in front of Stella Maris.
And will you discuss if they're walking any further?
Yes, they should not be walking any further. The bus stops for these routes will remain at the same location as they are today.
Good news.
Mm-hmm. Some other key benefits for the beach is there's going to be a 15-minute or better service along all the causeways, including the Julia Tuttle, the Broad, and the Lehman. We're also going to have more frequent all-day service on the Venetian Causeway with our Route 15, which is currently Route A today, that only operates in the AM and the PM peaks. So we'll have a 30-minute all-day service on the Venetian Causeway. And we're also going to be, as I mentioned before, simplifying and reducing and really merging a lot of the service to provide a more consistent frequency and a consistent service on the main corridors with all the route changes. So here's just a little snippet from our system map, just specifically looking at the beach areas. You can see on the left there, that's our existing network today. And then on the right is going to be the new Better Bus. And, you can just kind of see some of the things that I mentioned. The Route 150 is going to remain at a 30-minute service and no other changes to that route. The Route 14 is essentially going to be somewhat of a hybrid between what the M and the Route C are, even though the Route C is suspended today. But once we implement Better Bus, this Route 14 will provide that service, and will provide service from the Omni terminal to Mount Sinai. And it will also deviate down and serve South Point and Rebecca Towers area. The Route 100 you can see here is essentially the Route S and the 120 today. So that'll continue to provide 7.5 consistent frequent service across the causeway and up A1A to Aventura Mall. It'll actually go to Aventura Mall every 15 minutes and provide service to the Hollover Beach Marina every 7.5 minutes. And you'll see the Route G is turned into the Route 125, which is being extended down to North Beach.
The 100 doesn't look like it goes south of Fifth.
It does not. So it stays on Fifth. The service that's being provided south of Fifth is the Route 14. So the Route 14 comes across the causeway. It'll go down to south of Fifth. It'll continue north on Washington Avenue and then head over to the Mount Sinai Hospital.
So if someone wants to go north up the beach from south of Fifth, they take the 14 and then transfer to the 100?
They would, yeah, that would require a transfer to go north of 41st Street.
Okay, and the way these buses are going, so they're going to have another wait at some bus stop that I presume is covered and protected?
Yeah, so they're, we're trying not to eliminate any, stops that have shelters out there today. So there should be that opportunity to make that transfer at a shelter location. But that's something we can, double check and work with the beach on to make sure that there's an opportunity. But essentially, if they're catching the Route 14 and they need to go north of 41st Street, there's a lot of opportunity between 5th and 41st to make that transfer. So they should have a good opportunity to make a transfer.
And when you're saying, okay, so I'm looking at the 14 again, going south of Fifth and heading north. Did you say you've eliminated stops there? Or how is everything getting faster?
So the Route 14, I want to say doesn't have, I think it only has maybe 1 or 2, but like I said, we are going to make sure that those stops are maintained in front of Rebecca Towers. I can't say off the top of my head. I don't think anything is being eliminated south of Fifth, maybe just 1 or 2 stops, but it's nothing significant.
I'm a little more concerned as the seniors are riding to where they're going on a regular basis, that the stop where they're going has been eliminated and they have to walk quite a bit. So
Yeah.
along this 114, the South Beach vicinity where they usually are going, or up to 71st Street to Unidad, what kind of stops are eliminated for them that they're going to have to be walking more to their destinations?
Mm-hmm.
Doctor's appointments, things like that. 41st Street, there's several doctors there along the corridor going to Mount Sinai. Have you eliminated stops there?
I don't think so, but when we do determine what stops to eliminate, we definitely take into consideration the ridership of those stops. So we obviously are targeting the stops that have, low ridership. So let me see if I can find something real quick here.
Well, there's a difference between low ridership and servicing the community too. And you still have to service the people that need and have supported the transit system all these years to get to where they're going. And the seniors are a target. This is a group that we can identify and we can specifically know what their needs are for public transportation in the city of Miami Beach.
Mm-hmm.
Natasha, ¿puede poner su teléfono en mute?
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, so for a service like the 14, which was not in the original plan, but was added into the plan after we did our outreach and heard the concerns of the community. This is a route that we're going to try to maintain, I would say, the majority of the stops because it does serve, that community, as far as getting to the doctors and serving Rebecca Towers and the senior community.
Okay, yeah, that corridor up to Unidad, that's pretty much a corridor everyone uses. So it's kind of important to us. And are we going to get another opportunity to look at final decisions before it happens?
Final decisions in terms of like final
Or is
stops.
this is the final? You can't
This is-
implement without the staff, but this is the final?
Yeah, so this is going to the June committee, BCC committee, and will be there for a public hearing in June. It's June 21st, I want to say the committee meeting is
And where is it going to be?
at Government Center.
Can you forward that information to Louis, please, for us?
Mhm.
Thank you.
So just to go through some of the more specifics, as I mentioned, the Route 100 is going to serve the Route 120 alignment along A1A up to Aventura in downtown Miami. 7.5 minutes to Hollover, 15 minutes to Aventura. Route 14, the 30-minute service from Mount Sinai to Omni every 30 minutes. That will serve south of 5th. The Route 20 is a new 15-minute service from Miami International Airport to Miami Beach, and this will serve the Alton Road corridor on Miami Beach. The 36 is going to be extended to Miami Beach down to Lincoln and Washington with 15-minute service all day east of Lejeune. It's going to be truncated on the west end in Doral, and will also serve the new Jackson West campus in Doral. The Route 79 is essentially the Route L today. This is going to remain a 15-minute service all day. The 79 Max will continue to serve the beach, no changes, just a number change to 279. The Route A, we spoke about traveling across the Venetian, 30 minutes all day. The Route C is being merged with that new Route 14. The J is being merged with the Route 36 extension into Lincoln and Washington. The Route L merged with the new Route 79. The Route M is being merged with the Route 20 and 14. And the Route 115 is being discontinued. It has low ridership today, and the service to these areas are provided by Freebie and the Miami Trolley. And the Route S is being discontinued, also being merged with the routes 100 and 20. And the 120 is being discontinued, merged with the Route 100. And the 125 will be merged with the Route G and extend to 15-minute service to North Beach, connect with the trolley there. And the 150 is being added back to the network with just a reduction from a 20 to a 30-minute all-day service. And that concludes my presentation, so I'm open for questions.
Do we have any questions? Please unmute yourself.
I think Gabby was first.
Yeah. Let me see. Hi, do you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. You said the bus 120 discontinue merging with route 100. What does it mean? What we will going to be the bus stop in this case? Because in 86 Harding Avenue, we need the service of the 120 bus, but now you say discontinue.
Yeah, so that's where it may get a little confusing. So we are merging a lot of routes. So it sounds like we're discontinuing a lot of service, but we're really not. We're just trying to make it a little bit more user-friendly and simplified. So that Route 120 will be the new Route 100 that I mentioned, and that's going to run every 7.5 minutes. So you have eight buses coming by there an hour.
Mhm.
Okay,
Maybe
but
show us on a map, Eric, the map you have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me see. Sorry, I'm used to Teams. I'm trying to pull this back up. Can everyone see that?
Yes.
Okay. So Up at 85th Street, as you were mentioning, we're essentially right around here, just south of the Surfside area. So today we have the Route S and the 120 that operate that segment, and that's going to be the new Route 100.
But does 100 run on Collins, Eric?
It does. Yeah, the Route 100 serves the same alignment as the Route 120 does today.
Or S?
Yes. The S actually comes over to Alton, so the Route 100 actually serves more of the 120 today. So yeah.
Where is the bus stop? And then 100. Close to Stella Maris, where.
Yeah, those bus
What is it?
in front of Stella Maris will remain.
Stella Maris is 86th Street. Yeah, but where is the near bus stop?
Yeah, it should be the one that's existing. It'll be the one on 87th, I believe today.
80, yeah, is it now it's in 86.
It looks like, yeah, there's one at 86 and then there's also one at 87.
No, that is impossible.
Right, so there's probably one for northbound at 85th and Collins. For southbound, it's probably 86 and Harding.
Correct. And there's also one that I'm looking at right now on Google, and it's right in front of the Stella Maris
Yes, please.
at 87th Street.
Right, so Gabby, you're gonna have that there, and that will take you all the way to South Beach.
Oh,
Am I correct in stating that, Eric?
That is correct.
So the stop. And what about the stop on? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else, what other route. That's the only route that's gonna go in that area.
So, and there's the additional route that's being extended, which is the Route G today, which is being renumbered the 125, and that'll provide an additional 15-minute service to these bus stops at Stella Maris, and this will travel north and go across the causeway to the mainland as well. So this will travel across the Broad Causeway. So there will be an opportunity for more frequent service that will travel north to Broad and bring you over to the mainland.
Eric, can you email me this presentation?
Sure.
Okay. And I'll share it with the committee. Gabby, I don't know if you have another question, Chair.
yeah, no, it's they changed all the buses okay. What in the bus stop 86, where is in front of Stella Maris? What lines we going to get it?
For that bus stop, you're going to have the Route 100.
From close to Stella Maris.
Yes, and that's essentially right here. So right where you see that dot, the Route 125 is being extended down and around Stella Maris. So you'll also have an additional 15-minute service coming by that'll take you across the Broad Causeway to the mainland.
Okay, and this is one another bus stop.
Yeah, the bus stops will not be changing, but the service will be getting better.
My question is, how many buses going to be stopped in the close to Stella Maris?
You'll have one bus route that will have 8 buses per hour, and you'll have another bus route that will have 4 buses per hour. So you'll have 12 buses per hour.
What numbers?
125 and 100.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So Eric, it seems like with the elimination of there's nothing going down Alton Road anymore. So if someone was coming from the north, they cannot take just one bus anymore to get to Lincoln Road or Alton or Mount Sinai, they're gonna have to take a couple of buses. Is this correct? Let's say somebody's coming from Stella Maris to go to Mount Sinai.
Mhm.
They
will have
cannot
to-
take one
They'll
bus.
have to make a, they'll have to make a transfer.
That's certainly gonna affect their timing. I mean, you try to make an appointment, you already know that the buses can get backed up. So now they have to not only take a bus, but they have to transfer somewhere. And where is the transfer for them?
That would be down on 41st Street.
So they have to pick a bus to get to 41st Street, then transfer. They have to take a bus to get to, or they can take one bus to Lincoln
Mhm.
or two buses to South of Fifth. So wherever they're doing, they're taking two buses now to go up to Unidad or Mount Sinai. Is that correct?
If they're coming from Stella Maris, it would require a transfer at 41st Street. Yeah, so they would have the option to transfer to either the City of Miami Beach trolley or the Route 14 that will take them directly. They will both directly take you into Mount Sinai.
And
Right.
coming from South of Fifth to go up to Unidad, they're gonna need two buses.
Well, Chair, I think that's if you focus in on the number of buses. But if
Okay,
you're focusing on the time, if you look at the current time of the 115 coming from north, the county says it takes you 3 minutes to get that bus. Is that right, Eric?
So this, you can see the
Oh.
Route 15, 115 is, a 40-minute service, 60 to 40 minutes. So that's one bus an hour. So if you miss that bus, you're going to be waiting a long time for that next bus. Whereas today you can just come out here and hop on that Route 100, which is coming every 7.5 minutes, and then make a transfer at 41st Street to either a bus on the 14 that's coming twice an hour, or
Mhm.
the City of Miami Beach trolley to get you to inside Mount Sinai. Or you can catch a Route 36 if you just need to get down 41st Street, or you also have the Route 150 that operates on 41st Street. So you have a lot of service on 41st Street to make that connection.
Right.
It might be. I don't know.
Although I highly respect all this timing and everything, we all know that the buses are backed up one by one by one. The
Mm.
traffic is unbelievable. And no
Right.
matter how often you want to have that bus go, it's going to be determined by double parking, coming down streets and trying to get through the maze of traffic. So,
Right, I mean, Anna was just telling them it's supposed to pass every 60 to 40 minutes, but it's delayed almost always.
One of the stops, and sometimes if you're standing there and it's a trolley or some kind of a car there, they just go around. You're
They don't-
sitting there and they just go around and they're empty. It's not that they're full, they're empty. So if you have an appointment, you miss it.
That's the
yeah,
current.
Anna, what you're saying, Anna, I've heard from other seniors that the buses just go right by them. Or they may be full and go by. Maybe having more buses will help that. What do you guys say?
Eric?
As far as yeah, I mean, sometimes the bus unfortunately does have to pass up a stop if it's I haven't heard too many issues recently. I know that was a big issue during the pandemic when we had the social distancing on the buses. But if you're still having those issues where a bus is passing you up potentially due to that bus being full, then that's something we need to take a look at as well. But I guess just another point that I want to make too, this service, the 115, that's relying upon catching that bus on the schedule. This new service, the way, it will introduce that transfer, but you're going to have a lot more service that you're going to be able to just to go out here and stand on that street and catch that first bus that comes by. And then you're going to have so much frequent service along 41st. And then if you need to get to Mount Sinai, you're going to have two different options to get in there as well. So this is, you're not going to be relying upon a schedule is what I'm trying to say. Is you can just go out there to the bus stop and you can catch that first bus that comes by, and it'll get you there, probably a lot more quickly and reliable than what you're currently getting today.
And you haven't eliminated any of the stops south of Fifth, and then we'll take some questions.
I can't say that with 100% certainty, but I know that, I think there were maybe 1 or 2 stops that were south of Fifth that were eliminated. But I'd have to double check.
But you're saying not in front of,
Rebecca.
Here we go.
In front of Rebecca, those stops will remain.
they remain.
Mhm.
Where do we get a schedule of what stops have been taken away?
We are working on updating that right now. There has been a lot of bus stop consolidation that's been occurring throughout the entire system over the past, year or so now. So I'm just really, sorry, I have so many files I'm trying to find. We did prepare a graphic showing the bus stop impacts on the beach. I'm just trying to find it right now. I was hoping to share it with everyone.
Okay. And then we have a question from an attendee. We'll get to in a minute.
Maui, I think you wanna ask something, Maui?
Yes, yes.
Well,
I-
espere que Debbie la reconozca y creo que
Okay.
tiene, Sherry, you have Maui and Cindy. as-
Cindy. All right,
Yeah.
let's take a question from Cindy. Is she allowed to be talking? We need to promote her to talking permitted.
Unmute yourself, Cindy. You should be.
Yes, hi. Good morning, everyone. I'm sorry, I'm outside an appointment. Eric, you're from the county, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Do you have what you're talking about on the Metro Dade site, these slides that you're speaking from?
So we have a website for the project, and it's currently being updated. I want to say it's going to be updated this week.
Okay, but that's
So-
not available to the public, what you're showing us right now is my question.
No, this was just a presentation I
Okay.
put together for this committee.
If you could send that to Debbie, to the chair, because my concern here is none of this has gotten approval by the city of Miami Beach yet, correct?
So
I don't think we
These
can.
latest
approve it.
these latest changes were supposed to go back. The last vote on that was last October.
Mhm.
And the city manager even said, because I was there at the meeting personally, they said that any changes would have to come back to the city. So I just want to know, has any of these changes been approved by the city of Miami Beach Commission?
Not that I'm aware of.
I don't
Okay,
think
because-
an item has come before the commission.
No, it hasn't. It hasn't that I know of. Because I've been watching every month on the agenda items. My concern is, on the 115, I would like to review this information because I'm in agreement with 41st Street and also with Fifth Street and other streets that kind of like the Omni connector where people can connect and go other places. But my concern here is when you make it too many connection stops to go all the way from one end of the beach to the other, we brought this up over 2 years ago, it becomes hard, particularly, I don't know where on 41st Street, because I can't really tell from that map. I'm
Yeah.
on my phone, but I'd like to review the information because the harder we make something for a person to connect, the less they're going to use it. I agree with the 115 that 45 minutes was the low ridership of about 115 people for the entire day, which is low. But my concern is that when we do make that change, that we make it to where it's easy. And south of Fifth, we need to keep those stops. We only have really two or three stops, and they need to stay. I mean, people cannot walk that far in the heat. And where I'm very concerned is the people that put together this project are 20-somethings, and they're not concerned about the elderly. And this is why I really feel that south of Fifth, no stops should be removed and that we are going to keep a bus to get over to University of Miami and the Omni Connector, which I believe we are. But I think the challenge has also been, since we took away the C, because that's gone, that we have some type of replacement, because what people are doing now is they're hopping on the 150 and they're going all the way to 41st Street. So I think that you guys need to rethink that, because when you took away the C is the way to get to Lincoln Road. It's the way to get across Omni to Washington to Alton to Washington to get over to the other side of like City Hall. So all those thoroughfares, you're saying, oh, but the trolley, the trolley, the trolley. The trolley sometimes is 20 minutes, sometimes it's not. It's not ultra reliable. And like Anna has expressed to you, sometimes they'll just keep going and not stop. I think she meant the trolley. I mean, the bus does it, but only really when they're
No,
full.
she meant the bus, Cindy.
Okay, well, the trolley does it as well. And I've seen it. I saw it happen yesterday. So the trolley sometimes will not, if for whatever reason, stop. It's not like the bus where you have to pay. It's not as reliable. So I think that they really need to rethink a few things, and I'd like to look at what you have and provide my feedback to the county. I am on the transportation committee for the mayor. And, you know, I have a strong interest in the disabled and the senior community. And that's why I have been on this committee from time to time from its inception. So my concern here is that let's not start eliminating things to make things faster. I'm in agreement with that, but it's sometimes some of these changes, they don't make sense. So I really need you guys need to really rethink when you remove the C, what are you going to do to make it fixable? And then also, what are you going to do? A lot of people do want to get over to Midtown. And that is what people keep telling me over and over is what is the quickest way right now, what people are doing over here, for example, they're getting on the 150 and then they're getting on 41st Street and they're taking a bus across, but it's not really that direct. So my suggestion is that, you know, you guys really get another, you know, another call for some feedback, because that's been a while since you guys have done a community outreach call, and really, really look at, you know, these proposed changes carefully before you start implementing them, because of the fact that it's hot, it rains, people are using the bus to get to work, or for a senior, that's their only mode of
Cindy, I
transportation.
think we need to bring it in for landing.
You need to what?
I don't know if you had the two specific questions that you
No,
had. I don't know if Eric can
Well-
respond to
Well,
that.
Lewis, my only concern is there's been no community outreach on this, not to anybody in the entire Miami Beach community. So I don't know where we're at with these changes. This is the first time I heard about it.
Right, so you had two
Debbie.
specific
Okay.
questions.
Cindy, I'll follow up with you later and we'll make sure that you get the information that you're looking for, and I'll tell you in the
Well,
next
what
meeting.
what I can also do, because again, I'm on the transportation committee independently of this, respectfully, is Eric, if you could please give him my contact information. I would like to get more information on this, because I will bring it to our transportation committee, because these changes have to get approved by the commission, obviously. But we should have a chance as the community, as Miami Beach community, have a chance to review this and provide feedback, not just, they've already taken away the C without contacting us.
Okay, point well
And-
taken, Cindy. Cindy, we've got to move on, but we'll make
All
sure
right,
that
thank
it's
you.
taken care of.
Thank
Thank you. Thank you,
And
thank
if I could just respond, so.
Sure,
just to
Eric,
make
go
sure-
ahead.
Yeah, just to make sure everyone, we're not making any major changes to the beach. The only thing that we're changing with the upcoming BCC approval and the committee cycle for June and July is the Route 241 will be discontinued. So that's the service that goes between Biscayne Boulevard and Mount Sinai. And also, good news is the Route 150 is going to be staying. So originally it was planned to eliminate the Route 150. That's some other good news for the beach. That route is going to be staying. As far as the other concerns, the Route 115, we did do extensive outreach a couple years back. And so these, other than those two changes, nothing else on the beach is being proposed to be changes in June and July of this year.
Actually, Eric, you've made a lot of progress in the right direction from the last presentations we saw. So we do appreciate you taking us everything into consideration, and especially our seniors, and making sure that they do not lose their stops. So we appreciate that, and I thank you. Magui, you had a question? Unmute yourself, please. Unmute.
Okay. Hi. Thank you, Eric, for your presentation. I have a question. Do we have the chance to get an app to get all the buses stop and hours that pass by?
As far as an app for your phone?
Yes.
Yeah, so we do have our Miami-Dade Transit app, which will be updated with all these service changes. And just again, this is This is not occurring. We have 3 lineups a year. We have one in March, we have one in July, and these proposed changes will be implemented in November of this year. So towards, I want to say, we're still trying to determine what actual date, but these changes will be implemented in November, pending board approval. So with that, we will be updating the app, and we have this, the information that we actually develop inside at DTPW called a GTFS, and that'll be pushed out to Google, to the transit app, and the information will be made available on our website and the Miami-Dade Transit County app as well.
Okay, thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
And Chair Anna has a question.
Yeah, is any way that we can restore the bus that used to go there once a month for Walmart? They stop it. And we come then to Publix and the Indians. We don't have any choice, but then they used to take us to Walmart once a month to make, a shopping.
But that was,
What's the question?
If there's any way to restore that bus going to Walmart once a month.
Going to Walmart's.
Yes.
Eric, do you know about that?
I'm not familiar with that.
No.
I think that Michael Gongor had something to do with that before.
Interesting. Okay. So if Eric doesn't know, then it wasn't a county service. It must have been a city service. Do you remember, Anna? Was it a county bus that would take you, or a regular bus?
Yeah, one of those school buses.
It was a school bus. Ah, okay. So that must have been like the city.
The city service, yes.
The chair, I think Carolina's trying to say something.
Yes, Carolina?
Yes, it's only one day. It's a regular, the school bus, but it's only, the long time ago, go take the seniors and go to the Walmart, but it's an extra curriculum,
Oh, okay. So it's not the county service.
No, sir.
Oh, okay.
The city service.
Anna, we'll make a note of that and see if there's anywhere in the budget to possibly get something like that back again. Do we have any other questions for Eric?
No.
Eric, it was a great presentation. We thank you again for your time. And like I said, I think you've made some progress from the last time we looked at this, and we really appreciate you taking the seniors into consideration. So with that, have a beautiful day. And thank you.
Right. Thank you
Thank
all.
you, everyone.
All right.
Thank you. Bye.
We're going to move on quickly. We need a discussion from each of our representatives. So I'm going to go right to Council Tower South. Natasha.
Hey, I am. Listen to me? Yes.
Yes, we can hear you. What's new?
Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. Council Tower South general repairs continue in advance. Thanks to God. On Friday, I was transferred to a provisional apartment. Mega TV channel visited our senior soccer play. I interviewed the players and I was told about seniors' benefits. Corpus sano y mente sanos. The past May 10th, I was honored to receive recognition by Commissioner Laura Dominguez and Mayor Dan Gelbert. I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
Well, it was well-deserved. Congratulations on your recognition.
Thank you so much.
Federation Towers, Magui.
Hi, everyone. I have the honor to receive a recognition also in May 11 from Mayor Dan Gelbert and all commissioners. I really appreciate also Luis Calleja and Gloria Campos for their support, and I was very happy. And for Federation Tower, still they have the same problem with the gate for the parking garage. We don't have any security at all, and I'm also very worried all the tenants and the Federation. I have a new things that because of that, many people come into the building to wash in our laundry room on weekends. So from now on, we don't have the privilege to the laundry room be open from their closet on Friday at 5 o'clock, and they reopen on Monday at 8 o'clock in the morning. So we don't have the privilege to wash our clothes on the weekends. All the activities like the gym and everything were closed also at 5 o'clock on Fridays. So I still worry. I have a new cameras installed in our building to see which one are doing this and that. But we don't have the problem solved that I bring it to the commission 2 or 3 months ago with the Luis Calleja help. Okay, that's it.
Well, first of all, Magui, congratulations on your recognition. It was so well deserved, and we
Thank
all
you.
appreciate what you do. Regarding the gate, Louis, do you have any update? And is this a building where private funds could pay for the gate, the security? Do we know a cost?
So in terms of cost, there was supposed to be somebody from the owner, a representative of the owner of the building attend the last tenant meeting. But I think I was advised in the morning of that person was not going to be able to come. And so my idea was to be present there and sort of press them. It is not within the purview, my understanding is within the purview of the city because the gate is open. If the gate were closed and people weren't able to come in and out, then it would be an issue with the city. But right now, this is completely a private issue, basically, with this
Right.
with
I
the owner of the
understand.
building.
I understand that. I know Carmen's going to take this back again to the Spanish Affairs Committee. But when I was speaking with them and talking about some of the issues and some of the things we try to resolve, and unfortunately, we're not in a position as a city or a committee to pay for someone's private ownership, there were members that asked to look into costs for residents who want to donate or put a gate there. I mean, something that the community could do for our seniors in this building where the city has our hands tied.
But as far as I know, that goes, up to $10,000. And we are seniors and we are retired. Not too many people have money to, to give some donation. So, and the first step, the management of our building has to have the provision for fix whatever happened in our building. I don't know why they don't do it since 2 years already.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, I think Maggie is correct. The staff at their building has sent quotes for the fixing to Fairstead. Fairstead has not done anything with that. So
and they don't have any answer to us. Nothing. So,
Armin?
And the increase of the criminality in this area, West Avenue, everything, they're installing plates from the cars and not in our building yet, but around. And the gate is open. So they notice that maybe sometimes some of our building tenants saw a couple doing sex downstairs in between cars. Couples parking in our parking garage and going out to another places. So we are exposed. It's our security that is in risk.
Okay.
do you know if police is being called? Because I need the residents to also call police.
I didn't know if this gentleman talking about twice in our tenant meetings about that. I don't know if they do it. I'm going to ask them.
And I'll ask him at the next meeting because I didn't go to the last one because the person canceled, but
I know. Okay, thank you, Luis.
Thank you.
David. Okay.
Anilda Thomas, Sport Freedoms. Do we have an update from you?
She's absent, Chair.
Oh, okay, right. Rebecca, Anna, is there anything else for Rebecca Towers?
Any update on?
That would be it.
No?
Oh, good.
Stella Maris, Gabby?
So,
Gabby, you want to unmute yourself and let us know if there's anything else? Thank you. Unmute.
I said last week, Luis and I toured the North Shore Park. The area has just been remodeled. It really is very beautiful. The paths are wide and they have a very safe playground with lots of fun games for the children. There are plenty of water fountains and bathrooms. However, on the Walk Beach, there aren't water fountains, no food, but dispenser for pets. Luis took attention about that. I'm going to recommend whoever is in the what? Church. In church to pay attention about that. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And Louis, you know who would be in charge of that, putting water for the pets?
well, it's not only for the pets. Gabby's specific concern is from on the beach walk on that stretch. There's
Oh,
no
okay.
water fountains. You have to come into the park for the water
Okay.
fountains. So we're
Thank
gonna
you.
look into it.
Thank you. Unidad? Larissa?
That's me. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I don't know if Louis received my email. I had some pictures that I wanted to share with you guys. Let's see if Louis can do that for us. We have an anti-scam workshop today at 1 p.m.
I don't know if
That-
anybody saw 60 Minutes last night and talked about the scams, especially with seniors. This is
Yes.
an amazing workshop. Thank you for bringing it to us.
Thank you.
We have a
Thank
few ones now in June 2. We have on June 5th. Oh, that one is Father's Day lunch. It's gonna be on the 16th. We did the Mother's Day on the 12th. So now we're gonna do that. This is Mother's Day.
And they must register for this, correct?
No, that's
No?
something
Oh, I thought
that's
the
why
flyer
I'm
said
sharing
register.
the pictures and I'm sharing everything. I just want to make sure that everyone understand. As you see, we work very hard for these events that we do in UNIDAD. The events are only for participants that are registered in UNIDAD. They do not have to register to participate that day. It's that they are already registered as participants of the center. So with that being said, there are no exceptions and we do not accept guests on those days.
Thank you.
Okay, so on June 5th, I don't have a flyer for these two, but these are awesome too. We have a nutrition class at 1 p.m. on June 5th. And we have on June 6th at 10 a.m. a hurricane preparedness workshop too.
Great.
And that's gonna be all for UNIDAD.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Carolina.
Hi, how are you? Hello, everyone. Everything is fine. I will send an email with upcoming activities.
Great. You're always so busy with them. Carmen, I don't see Carmen. Is she still on? For the Senior Affairs Committee?
I think we lost her.
Okay. Jessica, Jewish Community Services?
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say, Anna, that we do offer a once-a-month shopping trip to Walmart from our center at Espanola Way. So anyone that is registered in our program is more than welcome to participate in that. So would it be possible, Louis, I don't know if this violates any issues with sunshine law, to connect Anna to our transportation program manager so we can discuss how her Rebecca Towers residents can participate in that?
I don't see a problem with that. I mean, how would you want to go about it, or you want to give it some more thought?
So maybe Louis, if Anna could share the best contact information for Rebecca Towers with you, and you can share that with me, and I can give that to our transportation program manager and make sure she reaches out.
So Anna, should they reach out to Magnolia?
Yes.
Should they talk to Magnolia?
I haven't seen any, well, I haven't looked for any announcements for the Father's Day.
So because it's for our clients that attend the center at Espanola Way, but we're happy to extend that and see what we can do to make sure that your clients or that your residents participate, whether they just need to enroll in our lunchroom and they can come at their leisure. They can come on the days that we're doing the shopping trip if that's what they're more interested in.
Let's do this. Let me give you the contact information to Magnolia, because the lunchroom at Rebecca is with Little Havana and Nutrition and Activity Center. So I don't know if you guys can be.
No, we wouldn't be able to register them, but there's an opportunity maybe to collaborate to get those residents over to Walmart. So I'd like to see if there's something we can work out.
I'll send
Thank
you.
you, Jessica. Thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Yes, my pleasure. So everything is going well at Jewish Community Services. We do have our location at 610 Espanola Way. We would love to see more people there. I just shared, this is a draft June calendar. So we're still adding activities. But you can see that we offer, can you just go back up to the first page really quickly, Louis? So we do offer some classes that we stream. So if there's anybody that's homebound or not able to make it out to the center, this is free to anyone in Miami-Dade County with programming that's geared towards 55 plus, but of course anyone can attend. So these are the classes that we stream. If you need help connecting, you can call Donna. There's some phone numbers below, and she speaks English and Spanish, and she can help anyone access our portal for that. So then if you can just scroll down. These are some of the activities that we're offering. Like I said, this is a draft version, so it might change a little bit, but this will give you a kind of a flavor of what we do at our senior center. And excuse me, the activities change a bit every month. We have special events, educationals, depending on if there's any holidays that we're celebrating. We might have a special party, but we do yoga, Tai Chi, bingo. We have nutrition talks, drawing classes. For instance, tomorrow we have a floral arrangement class that we're really excited about. So we hope that anyone that's interested, 60 and over, totally free of charge, would give us a call, and we'd love to enroll you. We'd love to see you there. And that's it for my update, unless anyone has any questions.
No, great, fantastic. Thank you. And you all see the phone
Absolutely.
numbers
Thank
there.
you.
Oscar, what's new at Mount Sinai out in California? Where are you? Are you still with us?
Yes, I'm still here.
Hi.
Thank you. I don't have much updates on the address changes and the wayfinding that I have mentioned last month. I know that we're working with the city and the county regarding that issue, and hopefully I'll have some more information next meeting. As far as the buildings at Mount Sinai, just so you're aware, you're going to see some sections of the older buildings that are going to be closed off around the perimeter of the building, and that's because we're hardening some of the windows for hurricane proof for windows. But that should not interfere with any of the entrances.
Great. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Our June 2023 calendar of events, and then we get an update from our Office of Housing and Community Services, Bianca Montenegro, our favorite girl over there. So hopefully she's on. June 2023 calendar of events. Louis, do we have them, or they have been sent to us?
I have them. I don't know. We have Kevin from Parks. I know Lucy.
Okay, great. Kevin, Parks and Recreation.
Hey, yes, good morning. How are you?
Good. Thank you so much for joining us. Tell us what's new.
So there will be some small changes as far as Flamingo and Scott Rakehouse programming is concerned, because we do have our summer camps. So once the kids make their way over to summer camp, there's basically nowhere for us to fit any additional programming. So what we did was we found a spot at City Hall, which is the first floor conference room, where we'll now be providing them with summer programming. Whereas in the past, we had a really hard time trying to find a comfortable spot for them to be able to do their programming. So we will have Dance Fusion on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. there at City Hall. And we'll have Tai Chi on Wednesdays and Fridays from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m.
At City Hall also.
Correct. For both Flamingo Park and Scott Rakehouse Park. And then as far as the north end, the unit programming basically stays the same. We'll be offering the same program. Summer camp has no effect on that programming whatsoever.
And did I notice the summer bash?
Yes, that will be in
July 13th?
July. Yeah, it will be in July. We just put it out on the June calendar so we can get them informed as early as possible. And there will be a small change. I know there's a couple issues we have sometimes when we go from the Grand Ballroom to the Sunset Vista. So we put it out as early as we could to let them know, hey, it's going to be at the Sunset Vista Ballroom. So that way they're heading to the right location at the convention center. Even though we plan on having the freebie for those that do show up at the Grand Ballroom just because they're used to routine. So that way we can help get them to the Sunset Vista entrance.
Thank you.
Of course.
Anything else we need to know?
I want to ask you something.
Sure.
I'll ask you, no, invite you. And on June 24th at 1 p.m., we, our chorus of Miami Beach, seniors of Miami Beach, we are singing in a central library in Collins and 21st at 1 o'clock. We are doing zarzuelas, part of our zarzuelas, for different songs. And also we have our soprano director, Kilay, singing and other things. Okay, so all of you are invited.
Thank you. This is June 21st, correct?
No, June 24th.
June 24th, what time?
At 1 o'clock, 1:30.
1:30 at the Miami Beach Public Library on 22nd Street in Collins?
That's correct. Mm-hmm.
The senior chorus. Okay, great. Hope to see you all there.
Thank you. Okay.
Anything else for Parks and Recreation? Thank you, Kevin, for joining us and giving us the new calendars.
Of course, you're very welcome.
All right. And next we have our update from Bianca Montenegro.
Good morning, everyone. I apologize for not having my camera on. A couple of issues over here. You know how it is.
It's always great to have you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be here. I have two announcements. One, I saw it's already on there that we have our monthly food distribution on the 15th coming up. And I do also want to mention that very soon we will be advertising, because we are now going to go into 2 monthly distributions rather than just the one. And I'll be putting out, we just don't have a flyer for that one yet, but as soon as I do, that will be disseminated. And then the other thing is tomorrow at the library, from 1 to 4, there will be a tenant rights workshop. And I invite everyone and anyone. Thank you, Louis. I figured you would have gotten that. And Louis will share that out with everyone. So I invite you all, Legal Services of Greater Miami, which is one of our paid partners. They assist with legal concerns regarding tenant issues for free. So they can always call our office for that, but specifically tomorrow, we will have this tenant rights workshop. So please encourage anyone and everyone to show up for this. This will not be our only one. We will be doing others. But just so that you guys know, and I hope at least some of you show up for this tomorrow. Thank you. Have a good one.
Does anybody have any questions for Bianca?
No.
Thank you so much.
Bianca, if you can, we're happy to post information about the food distributions and these workshops and others. So at our site, so please make sure that I don't know how to get on your mailing list to get these.
Oh, okay. I've been sending it to Donna this whole time. Should I
Perfect.
be
She'll
sending it to you?
she'll post.
Okay. Yeah, because I sent her the workshop.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, so I'll
Thank
make sure
you.
to send her the food distribution as well, but I'll start CCing you. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Upcoming meeting dates. We all have the calendar, but for our Facebook friends joining us, Monday, June 26th, Monday, July 24th, Monday, August 28th. We may take a summer vacation. Monday, September 25th, Monday, October 23rd, Monday, November 27th, and Monday, December 25th will probably be rescheduled. For June, we've talked about having hurricane preparedness as our topic. I know Mount Sinai always does an amazing presentation on that. Does anybody have any other suggestions you'd like to hear from June or upcoming meetings?
No.
Nothing? Okay. Report from Louis. Go ahead, please.
Hi, everybody. So I met with Gabby. She mentioned it. We're working on some issues up in North Beach. I've also been talking to Maui to continue that conversation. And so that's what we've been up to in terms of the committee activities and priorities. The last commission meeting was on, I forgot the date. It was May 17th, so last week. One of our big topics for that was the funding for the Collins Park Workforce Housing Project. There's a little parking lot that's near the Collins Park Library that is proposed to be developed by the city and owned by the city, and there was a budget shortfall. So the commissioner was able to secure almost unanimous support for that. So it's moving forward, and hopefully affordable housing units will become available in the next few years at that site. And then the next commission meeting is June 28th. Today we have a presentation and awards meeting, so several members of the community will be recognized. And that's about it, what I have. And then still working on the Blackstone apartment and Council Towers vacancy. So
Thank you. And the upcoming food distribution, June 15th is where and what time?
Bianca?
4,000 Chase, right behind the Western, or oh my God, what is that? It's not Western Union.
Wells Fargo.
Wells
Behind
Fargo, that's the one. Yeah, 4,000 Chase. And then the second one, like I said, I'm gonna start sending out as soon as we've got flyers, and it'll have the address and everything on there.
Okay, thank you. And the hours for 4,000 Chase?
9 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Okay. Got it.
Awesome.
Upcoming city commission meeting is Friday, June 28th. Does anyone have any other business you'd like? Gabby? I see your hand up on mute.
I will send all the information about the distribution of the food by mail, if possible. Please, thank you.
So maybe Louis, Gabby can get on an email list that you can coordinate coming from Bianca, or work something out so that she's aware of the distributions.
Okay. I'll get the flyer.
Thank you. You get it and send it to us, so that's great. If there's no other business, I need a motion to adjourn, and I hope you all have an amazing week and month ahead.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very nice.
And
meeting.
congratulations again, Magui and Natasha, for your recognition. I know all of our committees do a
Thank you
great
so much.
job, but it's wonderful that the mayor and our commissioners do recognize you for it. Thank you again for keeping the
pleasure.
programs going. Motion to adjourn,
I'll go ahead and motion to adjourn.
Oscar, seconded,
Second, Jessica.
Jessica. All those in
Thank
favor? Aye.
Oh.
We are
Thank you.
adjourned, 10:51 a.m.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, kisses.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thank you. It's a pleasure.